Hola, hola. My name is Ramon, cosmetic chemist, esthetician, skincare consumer. I'm sorry I'm talking weird, y'all. I bit my tongue real bad, so it's a little bit hard to talk. That's a little speech impediment going on right now. But I think you can see this on camera. I got a lot of product in front of me. And as you can see by the title, we're talking about recent empties, faves, and hates. Kind of for the last month or two. Obviously, I've moved. I've amassed a good amount of product. I've been collecting some product to feature in this video. Also, you'd be surprised. You empty a lot of things, and then you just kind of lose track of them, accidentally throw them away, and you just kind of like, well, can't use that for content. So yes, today we're talking about a bunch of empties, as well as a handful of very recent faves and or not faves. I don't really have a lot of hates, and I'll talk more about that when we get to that part of the video, but we have a lot of products. It's gonna be more of a little speed round situation. As always, I'll have time markers down below so you can slide or click to whatever part of the video you want to get to. But let's start with empties. So I have a lot. I'm just gonna start picking them out, talking about them again real quick. From Estura, I have their Auto Barrier Bubble Cleanser. This is a foaming cleanser. This whole line is supposed to be really nourishing. What I will say is this was not a bad cleanser, but it's a foam cleanser, the kind that you pump out and automatically it's a foam. And to me, these are just never like nourishing. It's more nourishing than most. I think they may have a cream cleanser in the line. I'd probably prefer to use that. From Zen by Me, this is from their Panthenol line. This is their Repair Gel Cleanser. This was a nice cleanser. Still a gel cleanser, but it features Panthenol. Obviously, this entire line was actually pretty much hits. It was just a really nice foaming cleanser. I'm not gonna say it left you like super nourished and hydrated afterwards, but it wasn't stripping to me. And again, I just like this line a lot. Out of this line though, I think the moisturizer is my favorite. The Inkyless Oat Cleansing Balm. This is a staple in my house. We actually bought this, I think, because we were traveling and our suitcase got lost and we needed an oil cleanser. And this is my husband's favorite. Love this. Hands down a staple product. Very affordable. Really, really good product. People always talk about certain, especially when it comes to Inkyless, it's like very consistently Inkyless. Batch inconsistency. So some batches are grainy, some are not. I've never had those issues, I don't think. So it's always interesting to see people talk about it. And I buy a lot of Inkyless products actually. I very rarely get PR from them and it's affordable product. So love this, always have one. I think we actually have one in our bathroom right now. So now some hydrators, I guess. From Misha, Time Revolution, First Essence 5X. I love these. These are really nice. In this house, I will say SK2 is kind of like the pinnacle. We always love an SK2 essence. These are good alternatives if you want a budget version, but to me, I will say the Secret Key Starting Treatment Essence Rose Edition will always be my holy grail. But these are very good. I think Secret Key is just my preferred because they're cheaper than the Misha ones. The Misha ones, they're pricey. I think these run like $30 something usually. Discount codes are always in the description box though for Yes Style, but yeah, these are really good. They're just pricey. This was a surprise favorite from Pyeongkangyo. This is their Calming Deep Moisture Toner. This, I think I just got a box of a bunch of their products once from like Yes Style or something, and then randomly one day I was like, oh, I need a toner. Opened this, found out this had PHAs in it, and the texture was a thin hydrator. For me, I always go off of how syrupy is the texture, and it had like a light syrupiness to it that was still very lightweight and hydrating. So this I burned through pretty quick. I really like this. I do want to get more of these. I'm just in the middle of trying other stuff. But if you want a lightweight hydrating essence that also has some PHA up in there for light exfoliation and some antioxidant benefits, this is a really good line. Highly recommend. This is pretty much empty, not completely, but it'll be done soon. From Fresh, their Tea Elixir. I bought this. The tea is ages ago. I went to Sephora. I got a bunch of these in like sample packets, burned through them, and in the like 2 weeks I used them, my skin had never looked as smooth and as like just my complexion was very even. I had no breakouts. My pores looked amazing. And then again, my suitcase got lost. We were in a Sephora in I think Milan, and we were like, oh, let's buy, we need like a serum or something. So I bought this, and again, my skin just looked amazing the few weeks I was using this. I really do like this line. I think I bought a backup of it already, but it's interesting because this is just like a niacinamide serum that has some tea extracts in it, but it's something about it. It just does a lot for pores. If you have oily, blemish prone skin, or maybe pores are a concern of yours, I do recommend trying this out. This is a really nice little serum. From Nayad Survival Zero, amazing antioxidant serum, very lightweight texture, lightly hydrating. Prefer this more for summer. For more winter dry season, I actually like the Jordan Samuel one. This is the Cielo Antioxidante, and this is just a more like emollient antioxidant serum. So these are actually really nice. This has more, in my opinion, of like an antioxidant powerhouse punch, but if texture and moisturization are important factors to you, the Jordan Samuel one is a really good texture. Do you like my Italian there? Ooh, you want to talk about heartbreak? I've talked about this on my channel for years now. From Versed, this is the Autosave Advanced Restoring System. Again, an antioxidant serum, lightweight gel, amazing finish on the skin, has iron oxides, which is nice if you're targeting, you know, pigmentation. They discontinued this. I asked for it in PR, and I think the same week I went on the website to look for it, and it was nowhere to be found. So I think I might have gotten like the last one from the brands. Don't know what's going on with that. This was a holy grail serum. I got this because my friend Capricornium Skin recommended it. Used it for ages. Can't get it anymore, so heartbroken. Naturium, this is the retinaldehyde cream serum. This is the 0.05% finished this. I have the 0.1% in my bathroom. I'm about to finish that too, actually. I love these. I use these frequently throughout the week, and I'll still use like my tray intermittently, but I like these a lot. Actually, don't crucify me. I will use these during the daytime as well, because retinoids are antioxidants. There's a lot in these serums. I just like, it's a nourishing texture, so it wears well under sunscreens. My skin's nicely moisturized without being like too heavy of a texture. So I actually like these as daytime serums too. There is a liposome encapsulation around the retinaldehyde, so therefore to me that is a stability factor to consider for daytime wear. Most retinoids, if they're not encapsulated or in a stable system, will degrade in UV exposure. Because this is encapsulated, I don't stress about it. But yeah, burning through these, I will finish up the 0.1% again very soon. Next, I have a cleansing balm from Pharmacy. This is the Strawberry Shortcake Clean Cleansing Balm. I think this might have been a limited edition thing. I got this from something like Sephora related. I don't love this. I know people rave about these cleansing balms from Pharmacy. They love the texture of them. I don't know what it is about them. They work they work well. They melt your makeup off really easily. They like emulsify really easily. Rinse off for me, not an issue. It's just the texture and feel of it. Sometimes I like a thin cleansing oil. I don't love a very thin cleansing balm. Like I like it to have a little bit more like viscosity to it, more richness to the texture, and I don't get that from this, but for some people that is a sensory they prefer. So I don't love this. I said I didn't like it, and my husband was like, I love that stuff. I don't love this. That's a personal thing. Like, for example, he loves it. I know Susan Yara loves this specific brand of cleansing balms. I don't know. And it's funny that she loves it because that one's a thinner texture. Her own cleansing balm in the Naturium line, I love the texture of that one more because it is a little bit more rich. It has a little bit more body to it, but that one has no fragrance, whereas the Pharmacy one does, the one I just showed you. From Experiment, I have the Super Saturated. I love this stuff. Lisa put her whole foot into this. This is just such, I love a hydrator that feels like it's a little bit syrupy, it's a rich texture, like it feels like it has viscosity to it. Like having worked with glycerin, like just straight anhydrous glycerin, you see the texture of that. It's like a rich syrupy humectant, and it's like I just want to put that whole thing on my face. This gives me that vibe, and plus this is 30% glycerin, so that makes sense. But this has just so many powerhouse humectants in it. I love the texture of this. I love the feel of this. I love my skin after I use it, like immediately after, but also the day after. I would love for, at least if you're watching, I would love for them to do like a lighter texture version of this in the form of like a toner essence for like everyday or like lighter texture wear, or like a mist. Yes, Lisa, hear me out. Definitely want to get more of that. I haven't requested any from the brand. I know they were sold out for a while, so I couldn't buy it either, but love Super Saturated. We'll get more. This is from Biore, the UV Athleism Protectant Spray. I got into a little bit of hot water talking about this because I spray this straight on my face. It's a mist, especially it's specific to aerosols. You're technically not supposed to. When it comes to regular mists, I will still mist it directly on my face because it's a reapplication method that is just particularly beneficial to reapplying over makeup. And people say, well, with sprays, you have to rub it into the skin. If you're with a mist, really saturating the face and allowing that to set, just because they also have a higher volume of volatiles to evaporate out. In my mind, it's gonna set down, you're gonna get that protective film, you're gonna be good. But regardless, this is one of my favorite setting sprays, UV sprays, because it actually left a very matte finish, which no sunscreen spray aside from this has ever been able to achieve for me. But the tea is, this is also, I think, discontinued. I couldn't find it anywhere on your style for months, so I don't know what's going on with that. But this is an empty, mostly empty. I'm very sad to see it go, and I guess I can't get more of it, even though I want to order more of it. But Jordan Samuel Moisture Recovery Cream. This is a particular favorite of my husband. A very rich textured barrier cream. It is a really simple formulation in that its goal is to really act as an inclusive. It's not like super petrolatum level heavy, but it is definitely a very rich texture. If you have dry skin, or maybe you live slugging, this is a really, really good option. I love Jordan Samuel products, specifically the cleansers to me, but this is one of my husband's favorites from the line. From Torridon, this is their Dive-In Soothing Cream. I have like 2 uses out of this left. This is a really lightweight gel texture moisturizer. It really focuses on hydration. This, if you have really oily skin, you love a hydrating moisturizer that feels like a water cream that's barely there, this is the one for you. I've tried a couple of the things from Torridon in the last, since spring basically. I'm very blown away by the textures, the finishes, and the effects on the skin of a lot of their products. I have this line from them and then their green line, I forget what it's called. Genuinely very, very happy with the results of the products. They're simple like hydrators and moisturizers, but for me, it's the sensory, it's the skin finish, it's the texture, it's how it looks on the skin and feels on the skin that are, and if you have oily, acne-prone skin, worth looking into. From Naturium, BHA Liquid Exfoliant 2%. I've emptied like 3 or 4 of these now. Holy grail. I have one that's halfway done in my bathroom again. These to me are just staple products. Oily, acne-prone skin. Love these genuinely. I also have this from them. This is their 0.75 salicylic acid. And I've talked about this before on the channel, I genuinely love using this because up until recently, it was very hard to find low percentage salicylic acid products that you could use on a daily basis. Because if you have issues dealing with blemishes, blackheads, all that, with consistent usage of BHA products, in my opinion, that's where you get to see the results, as opposed to using it once, twice a week, maybe at a higher percentage, especially if you can't tolerate that. And so products like this were just really, really great in helping me see very substantial results with a more clear looking complexion, less blemishes and all that. And so this was the first one to really do it. I have a few more, that's why I say this is the first to do it, in my opinion, that I saw. And so the only thing I have with this is I don't like the smell of it. I don't hate it, I don't love the smell of it. I remember when Susan sent me samples of this ages ago when this was in development, that was the only comment I had for her. I'm like, I just don't love the smell. I don't know what raw material that smell is. Don't love that. And also a personal thing is, for me, this just has a little bit more of an emollient texture and a little bit more of a glowy finish than I would like. I do have an alternative though I will talk about in a second, but I really do like this product and I liked it when it was the only one I knew of in that category, but I do have replacements if you don't want a glowy finish. The mist from the line, this is again my husband's favorite. I like this for the body. I especially love that you can invert it and it still works, but my husband himself would use this more than I would. I do have an alternative to this coming in a later part of the video that has a lower percentage of salicylic acid. I prefer that more because again, more frequent usage of it, but this is a great product. Liquid Gold, now known as Lipid Gold from Stratia. We empty these a lot. Again, I have a couple uses left of this. I just love this. I always have a couple of these on back stock. I have one in my bathroom right now. These are amazing. I love them for days where I want a richer moisturizing effect without the richer moisturizing texture. You want barrier support, but you don't want to feel like very, very greasy. It's the one. Sunscreen Roundup from La Roche-Posay. This is their oil control gel cream. I've talked about this. These are not mattifying. They don't really control oil. I just burned through this because I was in very, very high UV exposure areas. I needed something with a good UVA protection. This is the UV Immune line. So I burned through it. It's okay for what it is. It's not mattifying. Vacations, I use this for my body. Love the smell of this. I bought this actually at Ulta in LA or Palm Springs, because we were going to be poolside, wanted a good sunscreen, wanted to smell good. I really like these sunscreens because they just smell good. You just feel so cow when you use them, in my opinion. From Coppertone, this is their Glow Shimmer SPF 50. This is like a body version of Supergoop Glow Screen. This is glowy. It is very, very, very glowy, very emollient, very shiny. Do not recommend this for the face, which I did use. On the body, it's cute though. On the body, it is very cute. It had a light scent to it, really nice, like coconutty, vanilla-y, so it was cute for what it was. I don't remember the price point, but it was okay. Obviously, I emptied it. I liked it enough for my body. If you have oily, acne-prone skin, this is one of my favorites to keep you matte from Biore, their Athleism. Again, I always have these on stock, some of my favorites. Again, another option is from Shiseido, their Ultimate Sun Protector Lotion. This is emollient. This is emollient. You will be a little bit shiny, or you will be shiny using this, but this has 80-minute water resistant, SPF 50+. The technology Shiseido developed for their sunscreens is, in my mind, just impeccable. So I really resort to these on days I want heavy duty UV exposure as well. Your poolside, beachside, sweating, all that. These are great options you can get at Sephora. And then my holy grail sunscreen from Eucerin, the Oil Control, the European version, not the US version. This is just the one for me. It's water resistant, it keeps you matte, reapplies well over makeup. This does have alcohol, but these two for me are like just amazing options for summer if you have oily skin and you want to be matte. From Beauty of Joseon, their Sun Relief Probiotic SPF 50 PA4+, one of my all-time favorite Korean sunscreens. Yes, I've worked with them. Yes, I have a sun stick with them, but I love this product before then. And I always empty these. These to me are just a very foolproof sunscreen that I know will always work with makeup, and something that is a very important factor. Last few empties from Glow Recipe, the Plum Plump Cream. I think my favorite product from their line, again, a lightweight, very, very lightweight gel to gel cream texture, super hydrating. I like to use this as like an oily skin slugging product, but if you love very hydrated skin, you don't mind a glow, but you like it to be very lightweight and not greasy, this is a great moisturizer. I have like 3 backups of this. And then last empty from Estura, their barrier cream. Love this. Love this, love this, love this. To everyone who recommended this to me when I was in Korea to buy it at Olive Young, thank you. This is amazing. Will repurchase, will restock. I think this is one of those products where I'm like, damn, I need to keep that in my arsenal at all times. That was all the empties. Very quick roundup of faves for the last month or so. Really quick makeup faves. I bought this ages ago in Germany, and I only recently reached for it because the shade of it is like my pale winter skin shade. This is the Kryolan paint stick. I have the shade FS45. This is amazing. I've been loving just a very, very sheer coverage of cream product to give me like even base. Spot conceal with this where I need more coverage, and my skin just looks so fresh. I've had people be like, are you wearing makeup? This is amazing. I love a cream product, you guys know that. And for me, it's the texture of that. It's not very emollient and greasy, so it's very easy to make it work for oily skin. From Makeup by Mario, their soft sculpt, their soft sculpt shaping stick in the shade light medium. This is amazing. I bought this because I wanted a more neutral to cool tone product to just actually sculpt and chisel the face, as opposed to a very warm on the verge of orange bronzer. This is the one. The color of this is perfection. I will use this to cut a cheek, Fenty bronzer to add some more warmth, and my face is like sculpted. It looks very natural, very forgiving, because it's very easy to blend it out if you like use too much or you're a little bit messy with application. Very happy with this. Makeup by Mario, great products. I mentioned earlier talking about the Naturium 0.75 BHA, how that is a great product for the low percentage, but it's a little bit glowy. I mentioned this in my body care video. This has been, I think, the #1 favorite product in my arsenal in the last couple months from Soft Services, their clearing mist. This has salicylic acid, it has zinc PCA, it has niacinamide. This does have ethanol in it, I did verify that. I use this day and night, and my complexion has just stayed so nice, so smooth, so clear. And so this has been the main factor, I think, that really is influencing that. Like, I use my retinoids, I use all that stuff. Being able to incorporate this every day, day and night, so regularly has been really, really nice and effective. I mean, unless my skin is really sensitized, this is not spicy for me. Another option that I haven't used so much in the last month or so, but when it was a lot more warm and muggy, this was a regular product from Cetaphil, their mattifying acne moisturizer. I don't talk a lot about Cetaphil products on here just because their sunscreens disappoint me, and truthfully, not much else has really caught my attention from them. This has 0.5% salicylic acid, and it was a mattifying gel moisturizer, so they claim. And I find for the most part, it actually is a mattifying gel moisturizer, very lightweight. During the summer when I was in LA and Vegas and all those areas, I would use this to keep my skin matte under makeup. It wears beautifully. It's one of those products you put it on, it melts in, you don't even feel it. It's not glowy, not shiny, and again, 0.5 salicylic acid in this, 0.5%. So if you're more sensitive to the ingredient, this might be a good option to incorporate into your routine once or twice a week as you get acclimated to it. But this does also have bisabolol and prebiotics to support skin moisturization and all that. Really, really great launch from them. I know there's a few other products in this line I haven't used yet. This to me has been just a really standout product. I think the only Cetaphil product I've really liked, maybe. Another really good moisturizer for oily skin I recently discovered from The Ordinary, their natural moisturizing factors plus beta glucan. This is a true gel moisturizer. Like, you know those tubs of clear hair gel? That's what this product looks like when you dispense it out, and then it just melts into your skin. It's not so much a gel the way that the Cetaphil one I mentioned was, but like, just to show you. Clear gel. Then you just work it into the skin and it sets down. You have a very natural finish. It's not, I'm not gonna say it's mattifying. It's not shiny, it's not greasy. It's a very natural finish, but I love the texture of that if you want more, again, of a hydrating gel texture moisturizer. Beta glucan, really good humectant. But I will say a very simple formulation. The Cetaphil one's got a little bit more going on for it, and again, has actives. For Murad, their Acne Control Rapid Relief Acne Sulfur Mask. I love sulfur, great for problematic skin. 5% of sulfur in this, as well as like bentonite clay and stuff. So what I'll do is I'll wash my face, do this mask for 10 minutes, I'll go shower and whatever. I come out and then I'll do the clearing mist from Soft Services, and I think that's the combo, that's the powerhouse combo that's been doing it for me. But sulfur for me has just been a very staple ingredient at targeting blemishes, blemish prone skin, especially if I have active breakouts, because it plays well with everything. It's a really good active that plays with benzoyl peroxide, salicylic acid, azelaic acid. And I find this smells less like sulfur than other sulfur products. So you don't have that like weird like rotten egg smell necessarily. But really nice mask, gives me like that spa experience at home. Great for blemish prone skin. A sunscreen I've really been liking recently. I bought this in Germany, so this is in German, but the English version of it is Nivea Cellular Luminous 630 Anti-Pigmentation SPF 50. This, I forget the name of the active, I'll have it here on screen if I find it. It's Nivea or Beiersdorf ingredient that they feature in the Luminous 630 line. So they have a serum with it, they have a sunscreen with it, they have some other products with it. I've only used the sunscreen thus far, but the texture of it is what's really interesting to me, and I'll do a dedicated video of this very soon. It feels like a lotion texture sunscreen, like a gel cream lotion texture sunscreen, and it goes on, it's a moisturizing texture, but it doesn't feel greasy. When it dries down, like you have a shine on your skin, but it's not an emollient, and makeup wears beautifully over it. And it also has like an interesting pink tint to it. I don't think there's anything in this that would cause a white cast in deeper skin. Don't hold me to that though. But for me, it's more so, it's a moisturizing texture. So now during the autumn transition, it's been really nice to keep me moisturized, but it's not greasy. And what's more so is, again, it primes really well for makeup. So surprising hit. Then my last fave is from Fenty Skin. This is their lip oil. I actually hadn't tried these before. You know I love Fenty. I hadn't tried anything for the lips aside from their glosses, and I got this because of a video I had to shoot from Sephora. This is their Cherry Treat. This is part of their holiday duo set. The other one is Kalahari Melon, and these, first of all, on the lips, they just look amazing. Every time I wear them, everyone's like, what is on your lips? They look glassy, glossy, shiny, but these just smell so good. This one smells like candy cherry, and the Kalahari Melon one smells exactly like honeydew. They look great on the lips. They're really nourishing textures, but they're not sticky and heavy, and they just smell delicious. So these are a hit. If you're considering something to buy at Sephora, like a gift set wise, the one that features this and the Kalahari Melon one, the lip oil duo, a must. And now my hates. I say hates, but I don't like saying that because there's very rarely bad skincare products. It's more so the products are for a very specific individual who has a very specific need, and that probably wasn't me, and that's why they didn't work for me. But these are actually all sunscreen. First one I have is from L'Oreal. I'll have a review of this very soon. This is their Bright Reveal Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I haven't looked into the formulation of this, so I can't tell you everything else this product is intended to do, what other actives are in this. My issue with this was I put this on and I have this layer of like film of white powder on my face. And also it heavily collected in my hairline, my beard, and whatever. I wore this out mistakenly and my husband was like, you look crazy right now. But the unfortunate thing is that this actually is a really lightweight texture. It's not, if I remember correctly, it's not greasy. And I think it's semi-matte. It's a good option for oily skin, I think. And so I need to like play with it some more. I used it the 2 times and I was like, I need to pause on that. I'm out in public right now. Yeah, it's that the mattifiers they use in this is too much. And even on me, I looked casket ready. And I'm like very medium skin tone. That never happens like that. I bought this recently. This is from Coco and Eve at Space & K in London. I was shopping with a friend and I was like, I've seen Coco and Eve products. And the words that stuck out to me were daily water gel, SPF 50 plus. Very high protection, but like that water gel. I'm like, ooh, I'm thinking of like the Belief or the Torgen moisturizer I showed you earlier, like a very lightweight gel texture that you put it on the skin, it just melts away. This is a lotion. This is an emollient lotion. I was shiny, I was greasy, and it was emollient. It was really, really shiny. And it's very unfortunate. I believe, yeah, this is an Australian sunscreen, so like, you know, the protection's like top notch, high caliber. And this does specify very high protection for UVA and UVB protection. But just the finish and texture of it, I'm like, daily water gel, this is like daily water oil. Like it's too much moisturization. It's a very moisturizing texture, which did not work for my oily skin. That's my one beef with this. I mean, I'm not going to deny it doesn't protect well. My makeup applied well on top of it, but I just got really greasy very quickly, a few hours into the day. So that was the thing. I have oily skin. This is not meant for oily skin. That water gel advertising, that marketing just did not work for me. Then last one, this is from a brand called Life Jacket. I had never seen this before. I saw this when I was at Boots in London, and this, what stood out to me is SPF 50 plus, very high protection, light feel, non-sticky, non-greasy. This also said sun gel. Again, I see gel, I think lightweight. If I see cream or lotion, those denote different textures to me, but I hear gel, I think lightweight. The issue with this is that it is an emollient texture. Like it's not a gel, it's a gel cream lotion-ish texture. It also features Tenosorb M. And what I'm trying to say is it has insoluble filters in this. And so I put it on and automatically I have a cast in my beard. And I think this is actually a line marketed towards men. So it's like a manly sunscreen line. And it like just shows up in my beard and my mustache. I had a little bit of a white casty situation a little bit because I didn't work it in right. To me, that was very unfortunate. And again, it just was not meant for oily skin. What's really interesting though, is that it does say on the back, to get the stated protection, use 5 milliliters or 1 teaspoon per body part, head, arm, leg, back, chest. Which is like, it's cool to see a brand really be like, make sure you use enough to get the advertised protection so that you get adequately protected. But yeah, that was my only thing with this. It's just like, oh, Tenosorb M, it's very casty, does not work in my beard. It's not a lightweight texture. And so with that, that is my, I don't know, post-summer, pre-fall faves, hates, and empties. A lot of empties and a good amount of faves. And thankfully, not a lot of hates. But let me know down below in the comments section, have you used any of the products that I mentioned in today's video? What are your thoughts or opinions on them if they are different from mine? Let me know what some of your faves of the last couple months have been. And as always, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and beauty related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.